All right, y'all. Today we doing a little something different today, but today we got DaBaby exposing P Diddy. As y'all know, P Diddy is a strange dude, man. He's a strange dude. A lot of people been exposing him. As y'all, you guys saw on Cat Williams exposed him a lot. Stuff was going on, and a lot of stuff is gonna get exposed, man. And I'm here for it, man. I'm ready. I'm ready for all this stuff to crumble. Drop drop a son in the chat if y'all ready for this system to crumble, man. Cause I'm ready. I'm ready for this all of it to end. You know, the working, to have to pay for food. I'm tired of it, man. So drop a son in the chat if y'all in the comments down below if y'all ready for this shift, man. For real. Cause I'm ready. But let's go ahead and get right into it and see what's going on with DaBaby in here. See what you got to say.
This was the beginning of 2020. You know what I mean? Diddy had put everybody else out the crib, like the influx of people he had put him out. But he had took a liking to me in particular around the time, man. It was really, you know what I mean, like putting his arm around me.
Right.
So he had put majority of the people out, but he allowed me to stay in there. Me and maybe about 15 others,
Right.
Jay-Z and Beyonce being, two of the other 15 people in the room. So that'll just put it into perspective of the type of company I was in.
I heard that there's supposed to be some tapes or something that's coming out real soon, and I guess we'll all really know the truth if anything's on those tapes.
You guys aren't going to believe this one. In a recent interview, DaBaby dropped some bombshells about his experiences as a Diddy freak-off survivor, and you won't believe the twists and turns he's sharing. We've all heard the shady stuff that's been going on behind the scenes at Diddy's infamous parties. You know, the ones where Diddy likes to invite all of his best buddies and have fun with each other. And recent news has it that DaBaby not only was present at these gatherings, but he's actually pulling back the curtains on this dark era of his life. Get your popcorn, folks, because this is gonna be a wild one. All right, so let me start with this wild night at Puff's crib. That happened back in 2020. When DaBaby talked about it in an interview, he had us hooked on this story. And you could tell by the way he was telling it. He was nervous, real nervous. Now, does that mean he's seen things that people like Diddy wouldn't want the world to know? Maybe. Let's get into what happened that night. It was this star-studded party at Diddy's mansion with Beyonce and Jay-Z chilling in the same room. The kind of thing you would expect music moguls like Puff and Queen Bee to throw, right? It was the kind of party you'd expect to see in Hollywood. A bunch of celebs, beautiful women, the whole 9 yards. But as the night went on, the crowd started thinning out and things took a bit of a turn. But what went down that had the poor guy so shaken and terrified? Well, DaBaby started talking about how during the night of the party, initially it was all cool, but then, at one point in the night, Puff started getting real cozy, like invading his personal space. And it wasn't just inappropriate things that Diddy said. Things went a little too far. During the night, DaBaby talked about how, at one point, Diddy even had his arm around him, and you could sense the discomfort in his voice as he spilled these details.
Diddy had put everybody else out the crib, like the influx of people he had put him out. But he had took a liking to me in particular around the time, man. It was really, you know what I mean, like putting his arm around me.
Right.
Imagine being at a party with big names like Beyonce and Jay-Z, and things start getting a bit too close for comfort. Now, if I were an up-and-coming artist, it would be hard for me to make sense of the situation, and that was exactly what he was going through as well, especially with all the allegations coming about Diddy's behavior towards young artists that he shows a liking for. We all know what happened to Cassie and her relationship with Diddy, given the lawsuit she filed about the horrible things she had to go through. DaBaby said it was like the vibe went from party mode to, wait, what's happening here? With just a handful of people left in the room. He then revealed that the party initially had a lot of people, but as the night started going into late hours, rumor has it that Puffy had the room cleared out with only a few hand-picked people, some of which included big names like Jay-Z and Beyonce. What happened next, behind the closed doors of Diddy's mansion, has yet to be revealed. But judging from DaBaby's shaky voice, it couldn't have been good. Fans also felt bad for him, with one person writing, "Damn, and DaBaby just admitted Diddy got him at one of his parties." Another ad.
It's just crazy, like, cause like they got all this money, man. They can really be like helping out people. Like they do stuff like this. They use the money in the worst ways, man. Sad, man. Like they could, you know. Mm-mm-mm. But hey, man, this is what they do. They do some wicked stuff in this in that industry. And if you want to join it, hey, you're gonna have to do something strange.
Added,
You know?
Diddy had DaBaby right where he wanted him. Now here's the thing. This whole Puffy getting a bit too cozy with
We better off
DaBaby.
exposing them like this, making videos and making profit off of them. Cause this is sad, man. Like they would do anything to make sure they, you know, succeed, get as much money as they can. Like that's crazy. If you gonna go that far to losing your manhood, like dang. That's crazy, man.
Doesn't exactly come as a shocker to some of us who've been following the music scene closely. He's got a bit of a history when it comes to getting up close and personal with up-and-coming artists in the industry. Over the years, Diddy has played the role of being a mentor to many artists that are now extremely successful. People like Justin Bieber and Usher come to mind. Now, what exactly happened behind the scenes during these mentorships? No one knows, but fans are speculating the worst. I mean, you remember what Usher had to say about the infamous Puffy flavor camp, right?
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to
City.
something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor
some...
camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's what it
camp.
was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In
to...
the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I
Come
mean,
on.
but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it.
Not long after, in the same interview, Howard
That's
Stern
crazy. He got in there when he was young, 13. Dang, bro, I was outside at 13. That's how you know, like he might be Usher might be an industry plant. Just saying, but that's crazy how people how y'all ever notice like how all these like some of these celebrities be gonna be in there, like Justin Bieber, Orlando Brown. Like, what if they just like industry? You know, they gotta be like some kind of industry plant or something. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that though. That's crazy. They really come in the game at like 10. Like, how?
even
That's
asked
crazy.
Usher if he would ever send his son to Puffy Flavor Camp. And it doesn't seem to be a big surprise that this was his reaction.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
Over the years, Diddy seems to have followed a pattern when it comes to the young artists he mentors, maybe even getting a bit too close with them. And DaBaby might just be the
Go on, y'all.
latest on the list. So, when DaBaby came clean about feeling uncomfortable at that party, some of us were nodding our heads like, yeah, we've seen this before. Sean Combs got a track record, and it seems like DaBaby's got a story that fits right into that narrative. The question now is, what's the deal with Puff's personal space boundaries? Is it just his way of bonding? Or is there more to this story? And this isn't the first time someone has come forward about Diddy exploiting and invading their personal space. There's also Yung Miami, who went through something similar to DaBaby. Ever since these accusations started flying
He's
at
like,
Diddy,
he out to get
it's been a
everybody.
whole drama fest
Crazy.
involving everyone in his crew, including Yung Miami. For those of you who don't know, Yung used to be one of Puff's partners. Now, apparently, there is talk that Miami is catching some serious cancellation vibes right alongside Diddy. But honestly, it's not that surprising considering Puff's big shot status in the industry, and Miami's reputation is kind of linked to him. Some even think that if she's caught in some shady stuff, chances are that the root of it goes right back to Puffy. With P. Daddy taking a hit, it looks like young Miami is feeling the burn just as intensely, maybe even more. But here's the real kicker. We got a glimpse of Combs' reaction to young Miami, and she apparently did something that's gonna stick with him forever. There's even some leaked footage. Let me spill all the details. But first, let me introduce you to Gina Huynh, a model who used to date Puff and allegedly also faced much worse than what DaBaby went through. You've probably heard about Cassie filing a lawsuit against Diddy, but did you know she wasn't the only ex facing the repercussions of dating Diddy? He's got another ex, Gina Huynh, who is claiming some wild things that she went through during her relationship with Puffy. In a recent interview resurfacing from 2019, she talked about allegedly facing violence during their
can't hide no
5-year
more, bruh.
relationship. Gina, who reportedly
Everything is
dated
getting
the music
exposed.
mogul while he was in an on and off period with Cassie, claimed he went all out in one disturbing encounter. According to her, he allegedly severely injured her in an encounter that left her with damages to the head, stomach, and chest. Another time was when he caught her texting another man in Miami, and that's when it got really crazy. Let me set the scene. They were upstairs in walk-in closet, and he pushed her to the ground. Then she claims that he stood over her, punching the side of her head. She said she was just covering her face as he did that. Gina spilled more, claiming that he compared her to Cassie, calling her the bad one and Cassie the good one. She even said that everyone in Combs' circle allowed the alleged altercations to happen multiple times. In a surprising turn of events, Gina spilled the beans that when she became pregnant with Diddy's child,
he offered me $50,000 to get rid of it, but I turned it down because I just loved him, and I was like trying to prove that I wasn't the girl that wanted him for money. Okay. I just care about him, and I just wanted him to be nice to me. That's it.
Gina disclosed having a second abortion from their relationship, and this bombshell interview is causing quite a stir, especially after Cassie accused Sean Combs of R and SA in a recent lawsuit. As of now, he hasn't publicly addressed Gina's claims.
So he was willing to kill his own child. Wow. 50,000 to abort a baby, bro. That's sad. Just like aborting a baby, man, that is sad, man. For real, man. I hate to hate that for anybody. That nobody should be going through that, man. But he was willing to do that. It goes to show you how sick he really is, man. Dang.
And it seems like he probably won't. There's not much he can say in his defense, so he'll likely let his lawyers handle the situation. She even said once,
he was like mentally, emotionally, and physically abusing me. He would always compare me to Cassie and tell me that I'm the bad one and she's the good one. Everyone else just kind of just allowed it to happen and just like look the other way.
Now, you remember how I said there was a connection between Young and Gina? Well, things took a shady turn for Young Miami when rumors started circulating that she and Diddy were collaborating to cause trouble for Gina. Miami spilled the tea, revealing that he went from being cool for the first 3.5 years to turning into a downright mean guy. So while allegedly Miami was in it with him, she then realized that he had completely brainwashed her. Some even suggest that he included her and convinced her to be a part of all these dirty things, so that if he ever got caught, she would be just as effed as him. Now, reports suggest Miami had enough of it. She has had enough of Puff controlling her narrative and pulling her down with him. Apparently, to put an end to all of it, she's now teaming up with 50 Cent for a documentary exposing his alleged actions. 50 Cent's production company confirmed they are working on a doc about the allegations against Combs, adding another layer to this unfolding saga. After this drama, people all over the world have had enough of Diddy. This man is a monster. Why isn't he locked up? What kind of world are we living in to allow this blatant to go on for years? But that isn't the end of it. Diddy's facing some serious heat, not just from the 4 women suing him for SA, but there's this whole other drama. Back in 2018, a former male escort named Jonathan AI spilled the beans in a police video, claiming he was a captive for Puff and his ex, Cassie Ventura. Wild, right? AI dropped some bombshell allegations during the interrogation, saying he had a thing with Combs and Cassie like 15 times, and supposedly there are tapes of these encounters. Even Diddy's ex-bodyguard, Gene Deal, commented on the situation.
I heard that there's supposed to be some tapes or something that's coming out real soon, and I guess we'll all really know the truth if anything's on those tapes.
But nobody really knows what happened to Jonathan AI. Some say he might have passed away, but there's no solid info. Fast forward to now, with Cassie and others accusing Diddy of assault, and it looks like Jonathan's claims are getting a second look. This whole thing isn't just recent gossip though. Jonathan talked about it back in 2018, long before Combs' current troubles. He talked about getting involved in some shady stuff with Diddy's crew, even blaming Puffy for messing up his escorting gig. In the interrogation video, Jonathan revealed how messed up his life got after being involved with Diddy and Cassie. He ended up breaking into a hotel, had a showdown with the cops, and got shot in the leg. After that, he spilled everything: the drugs, the intimate acts, and even STDs. When he tried to bail, Puff apparently forced him into a settlement, probably to keep things hush-hush. But that didn't stop Diddy's lawyers from coming after him, making Jonathan feel like he was being hunted. And it's not just about the intimate stuff. Jonathan also claimed P. Diddy and Rick Ross are gay. He even brought up the Illuminati and some seriously dark rituals. Now, people are torn. Some doubt Jonathan's story because of his mental health struggles, but others think he might be onto something. Back in 2018, authorities didn't take Jonathan too seriously, but with all the recent accusations against Diddy, folks are starting to wonder. There are even rumors that Jonathan might not be around anymore, fueling suspicions that maybe Combs silenced him. And then all of us know what went down.
What happened to my boy Jonathan, man? See what happened when you exposing the truth. They don't like that. They don't like that, man. They try to get you off the map, man. Dang. Really exposing. He ain't like that.
With poor Cassie, Cassie took
Jonathan,
legal action against Diddy in New York federal court on Thursday, November 16th, alleging that the music executive SA'd and RA'd her multiple times. Shockingly, she claimed an incident where she was coerced into having intimate relations with male workers while he watched. In her lawsuit, the Me and You singer stated that Diddy was prone to uncontrollable rage and frequently subjected her to severe beatings. Diddy's lawyer, Ben Brafman, refuted these allegations in a statement, asserting that Cassie had been seeking money from the Bad Boy Records founder. Brafman stated, "Mr. Combs vehemently denies these offensive and outrageous allegations. For the past 6 months, Mr. Combs has been subjected to Ms. Ventura's persistent demand of $30 million under the threat of writing a damaging book about their relationship, which was unequivocally rejected as blatant blackmail." Cassie's attorney, Douglas Wigdor, responded by revealing that Cassie and Diddy had a conversation before the lawsuit was filed. According to Wigdor, the Last Night musician allegedly tried to silence Cassie by offering her a substantial amount of money, 8 figures worth, to prevent her from taking legal action. However, Cassie rejected his attempts. In a new development, Diddy is reportedly under investigation by the NYPD. Cassie and Diddy had an on and off relationship until 2018, when they eventually separated. She has since married fitness trainer Alex Fine, and the couple now have 2 daughters together. The lawsuit lays out some pretty disturbing stuff about Diddy, accusing him of serious crimes like SA and R, and forcing Cassie to do some really uncomfortable stuff with male workers. Cassie paints a picture of Diddy as not just the big shot at her record label, but also as someone she thought was a protector, only to end up in this messed up, unequal, and violent relationship. According to the legal papers, Diddy apparently used some pretty intense tactics to keep Cassie under his control, like wrecking a guy's car, threatening a friend by hanging them off a 17th floor balcony, and even asking Cassie to carry his gun in her purse. And get this, Cassie never went to the cops because she was scared it would just give Diddy another reason to hurt her. Diddy, of course, denies everything. The lawsuit goes on to say,
bro, how is he not locked up? Yo, lock him up. This dude is a villain. Nah, he's literally a villain. He's crazy.
Cassie, Ms. Cassandra Ventura, was held down by Mr. Combs and endured over a decade of his violent behavior and disturbed demands.
All this money,
from
he
Ms.
acting
Ventura,
like this.
the dark times were those she spent trapped by Mr. Combs in a cycle of violence and SA. According to the court papers, Diddy first showed interest in Cassie back in 2006 when his makeup artist spilled the beans, pulling her into his high-flying lifestyle. Once they got into a romantic relationship, Diddy and his inner circle supposedly had a grip on every aspect of Cassie's life. According to the lawsuit, even though the people close to the Bad Boy Records founder witnessed physical harm, they chose to turn a blind eye. The court documents state beatings were witnessed by Mr. Combs' staff and employees, but no one dared to speak up against their frightening and ferocious boss. Cassie, fearing retaliation, refrained from going to the police. In a particularly harrowing incident in 2009, Diddy allegedly kicked her repeatedly and had his staff hide her in a hotel room. The filing claims that every time she tried to escape, Diddy's extensive network found her, with some employees even telling her that not returning to Diddy would hinder her success in the entertainment industry.
What? What you gotta say now? What you gotta say now? You ain't got shit to say. When you put your girl on the snap, baby, yo, babe. I mean, shit getting weird. Come on, baby. It's hot outside. You wrapped up in that blanket. Let's go jog on the beach.
The lawsuit highlights the toll on Cassie's mental health during her relationship with Diddy, including memory loss from excessive substance use and thoughts of Shockingly, the court papers mention an instance where MRI results were sent directly to Diddy. In other shocking revelations within the lawsuit, Cassie claimed that Diddy coerced her into participating in what he called freak-offs. This arrangement involved her being compelled to organize and engage in acts with male workers. These encounters allegedly took place over several years in luxury hotels across the country and occurred as frequently as once a week. Diddy reportedly documented these encounters by taking photos and filming them. Cassie attempted to delete videos from her phone, but it proved futile, and she was even forced to watch footage on a flight that she believed she had erased. After one of these incidents in 2016, Diddy supposedly paid a hotel $50,000 to erase hallway surveillance footage. The footage reportedly showed an intoxicated Diddy throwing glass vases at Cassie when she tried to escape, resulting in a black eye. Cassie, in an attempt to cope, started abusing substances and drinking alcohol in hopes of handling the situation better. This intense substance abuse eventually led to addiction for Cassie. The lawsuit made a startling claim that Diddy, in an act of retaliation for Kid Cudi's brief relationship with Cassie in 2012, allegedly blew up the rapper's car. The filing stated that Diddy had previously
he
expressed...
think he's so safe because he got all this money. Like now it's catching up to him, man. Now everything is coming out. Everything's being exposed, man. Not just with him, everything, man. Everything down to this matrix. Everything gonna get exposed, man. This is the year of truth. You know, so man, we this is the best time to be alive, man. Embrace it, man, y'all, for real.
His intention to target Kid Cudi, and around that time, the suit notes, Kid Cudi's car exploded in his driveway. Kid Cudi confirmed the account in a statement through his spokesperson to the New York Times, saying, "This is all true." The filing also alleges that in 2018, Diddy forcibly entered Cassie's home and RE'd her, despite her repeated objections and attempts to push him away. Following this traumatic incident, Cassie decided to end her relationship with Diddy for good and also severed ties with Bad Boy in 2019. And this disgusting list of the that he's pulled over the years doesn't end with Cassie. There's even talk of Comb being involved in Tupac's murder and ordering hits on his own record label. But here's the kicker. Puffy's got connections, so who knows if he'll ever have to face any of this. The whole situation is a real roller coaster, and folks are calling for a serious investigation into his dealings, with many wondering, is DaBaby another one of his victims? So, what do you think? Comment down below and let us know. If you like this video, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be the first to see my next video. I post updates like this every week where I uncover the secrets of your favorite celebrities.
Alright, y'all. That is it for today's video right there, man. Dang. I didn't really get to see what like DaBaby was saying. I might have to watch a little interview with DaBaby, man. Let me know if y'all want to see part 2 of that, man, in the comments. Let's go ahead and get this video to at least 1,000 likes, man. Let's run up the numbers on this channel, man. Let's keep running it up. I appreciate all the support from you guys. Let's keep the support going. I appreciate everyone that take the time out their day to watch my videos. Thank you. All right. But saying peace, abundance, prosperity, and good health your way. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.